Hello parents everywhere and welcome back to the Homeschool Staff Room. It is Friday morning here, and what that means is we are nearly through our first week as being head teachers in our own homeschool. So well done everyone, keep it going. And I know it's been challenging, I imagine, and it's been very, very different for us. I think the most challenging thing for me has been PE with Joe every morning. That's been a real challenge, but really great to get us up and get us energized. Please keep sharing the videos. I know that lots of you have been sharing them with lots of people on your timelines. It's made a big difference for everyone. So please keep doing that and really feel that we're in this together. Like Boris Johnson said, we're all enlisted in this and it's our sense of duty to do it. So let's do it well. Okay, because it's Friday, we're going to be talking about rewards today. And my overarching tip today is really to make sure you don't forget to give regular praise and rewards to your children for the work they're doing at home. It's very, very different to how they're doing it at school. The conditions are very different. And I think we're all finding it very difficult for certain reasons, whether that's because of the lack of social connection and lack of being with our friends like we would be at school, whether it's the fact that the platforms have been keeping crashing all the time, whether it's that you haven't got that help of a teacher. So it is very difficult, and it's quite easy sometimes to just forget that because as teachers, we would give that regular praise all the time. It's difficult to remember to do that all the time. So please make sure you're doing that. And I've got some tips for you how you would be able to give some rewards and give some regular praise. So let's start with things if you have children who are a little bit younger, maybe at primary school. One of the great ways would be maybe to even start to construct a reward chart. Who doesn't love a reward chart as a child? So you can go on, you can be creative. You can have some kind of thing where you either stick stickers on or you tick off certain boxes. You maybe have a little maze that they have to go through to get to their final kind of destination, which would be their reward. And every time they do a session, you can tick something off. Again, you can make that as creative as you want. You can put pictures on of whether it's their favourite football team, their favourite characters on TV, whatever it is, and they can stick it on the fridge or in their room and they can work towards it. Brilliant. Moving up a little bit further into a little bit of older age groups, you might not need the reward chart. I think that's a little bit too childish. So they might want to just work on a points basis. So every time they have completed something great in one of their hourly sessions, or maybe even when you've done a little bit of checking for understanding, and you've asked that question like we talked about yesterday, what have you learned in the last 25 minutes? And they can tell you something, and they can really be very clear in their explanations of what they've learned. They get some kind of a point towards maybe a 10-point threshold, a 15-point threshold, whatever it is, that you can then give them some kind of a reward. Okay, moving on a bit further, we can then, when we're constructing our timetables, we can then potentially even slot something in after a couple of sessions that they're working towards as a reward. So that might be that they might do 2 hours in the morning, and you might slot something in where they have half an hour or an hour back on their console or in the garden or in front of the TV, or just doing something that they enjoy doing so they can work towards that. Might be quite nice. And finally, what a great way to use a reward would be at the end of the week, maybe even have some kind of a show and tell. So, almost sit like as a parent, like the audience, and say, right, okay, you've got to present to us what you've learned this week. They may be able to actually print things off or show you things and talk through their learning this week. Just like maybe they would do at school. We've all done show and tells before where we would bring things in and we talk about what we've done or what we've learned or what we're interested in. What a great way to do that would be to do that in your home this afternoon, every Friday. And again, have that early finish on a Friday. Finish early on a Friday. Let's get into the weekend and let's have a great weekend as a family once we've done a whole load of work this week. So those are my tips for today, really. And also maybe even just kind of thinking about moving into the next few weeks and months when the lockdown is lifted or when the isolation has kind of relaxed a little bit, thinking about rewards as a whole family as well. What would we love to do in the next few weeks as a family once we get through this? Let's work really hard over the next couple of weeks, and then what are the things that we can enjoy doing as a family, hopefully when the weather's really nice like it is today. So, hope that's helped. It is Friday, like I said. Let's have that early finish. Let's make sure we're giving lots of regular praise, lots of well dones, lots of encouragement, lots of rewards, and again, make it realistic and make it work for you as a family. So, quick recap on all the little things we did this week, putting it all together. Keep routines, keep habits, keep body clocks the same. Make sure we have little and often, so 25-minute slots with 5-minute breaks to reset the mind and reset the body. making sure we're checking for understanding, and we're doing that recall, and we're asking students or our children what they've learned. Give regular praise. Do all those things, fit it all together, and I'm sure that if you've been doing that, then you've been doing a great job as your own homeschool head teacher. Right. I will check back in with you on Monday. Let's have a great weekend. And on Monday, let's make sure we reset, we go again, and we have another cracking week in our own homeschools. We can do this, everyone. Take care of the weekend.